In the secretive corridors of North Korea's power, a new figure is emerging, Kim Joo-ae, the young daughter of Kim Jong Un. Her recent public appearances have ignited global speculation. Is she being groomed to become the next supreme leader? Today, we delve deep into this unfolding narrative, examining the evidence, the implications, and the future of the world's most enigmatic dynasty. The question of who will succeed North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has long been the subject of international speculation. But now, that question is starting to receive a clearer, if still carefully veiled, answer. Over the past year, a surprising and significant figure has emerged in North Korea's tightly controlled political theater: Kim Joo-ae, the young daughter of Kim Jong Un. Her repeated appearances alongside her father at key military events, missile tests, and national celebrations have sparked serious debate among analysts, foreign intelligence agencies, and world leaders about whether she is being groomed as the next ruler of the Hermit Kingdom. Kim Joo-ae first entered public view in November 2022 during a high-profile intercontinental ballistic missile test, where she was seen hand-in-hand with her father. The image stunned the world, not only because the North Korean leader was showing a rare personal side, but because such appearances are usually carefully calculated in Pyongyang. It wasn't just a father bringing his daughter to work. It was, in hindsight, a political signal. Since then, Joo-ae has appeared in over a dozen high-level events, including military parades, weapons development showcases, and formal photo sessions with senior military officials. These are not settings where children are normally seen, unless there is a larger message behind their presence. According to South Korean intelligence, Kim Joo-ae has now surpassed the role of a symbolic family member and is being elevated in a way that matches past patterns seen when her father and grandfather were prepared for leadership. State-run North Korean media has referred to her using honorifics typically reserved for leaders or respected officials. Descriptions such as noble child and respected daughter have appeared in official reports. In North Korea's political vocabulary, such language is not incidental. It carries deep significance. The use of this terminology suggests that Kim Joo-ae is being deliberately introduced to the people as a figure of future authority. What's more, the North Korean ruling regime is built on the idea of a sacred peak to bloodline, a mythology constructed around the Kim family lineage. In this context, her direct descent from Kim Jong Un gives her an automatic legitimacy that few, if any, others in North Korea could claim. Even though the country remains a deeply patriarchal society, analysts say this dynastic privilege could override traditional gender norms. Compounding this theory are ongoing concerns about Kim Jong-un's health. Though just 40 years old, he is visibly overweight and reportedly suffers from several chronic conditions. He has disappeared from public view multiple times for extended periods, prompting rumors of illness or even death. This history has likely pushed the North Korean leadership to accelerate succession planning behind closed doors. With no confirmed male heir known to the public, Joo-ae's increasing visibility begins to make sense. In many ways, North Korea is mirroring its own history. Kim Jong-il was first introduced to the public years before he took over from his father Kim Il-sung. The same was true for Kim Jong-un. When Kim Jong-un appeared suddenly on the scene in 2010, just a year before his father's death, he was presented as a general, even though he had no known military experience. What mattered more was the image, the spectacle, the symbolism of continuity. And Kim Joo-ae seems to be stepping into a similar narrative arc. While there are still many unknowns, her exact age, education, and role inside the regime remain a mystery. Her increasingly prominent position in national media is unprecedented for someone so young. Observers believe she may be only 10 or 11 years old, which would make her succession a long-term project. But that too aligns with the Kim regime's pattern: long grooming periods where the chosen heir is exposed to the machinery of power before stepping into it formally. The international implications of this development are profound. For decades, the world has tried, often unsuccessfully, to engage North Korea diplomatically, ease its nuclear ambitions, and integrate it into the global community. If Kim Joo-ae is indeed being positioned to take over, then a new chapter of engagement may be on the horizon. Will she continue her father's aggressive military posture, or could she open the door to reform or dialogue? That remains unclear. What is clear, however, is that North Korea is preparing for the future. And in doing so, it may be breaking from tradition in ways we haven't seen before. Not by choosing a general, a party loyalist, or a military hero, but a young girl bound by blood and legacy. This is not just a story about family. It's a story about power, survival, and the careful curation of history by one of the most closed-off governments in the world.
김정은 동지께서 싸우면 반드시 이기는 무적의 전투 대우를 준비한 보병 구분대들의 경기 성과를 취하시면서 훈련 제도가 철저히 수립되고 현대전의 발전 양상과 접근된 사격 경기를 자주 조직하는 것이 매우 중요하다고 하셨습니다. 당과 혁명, 조국과 인민에 대한 절대적인 높은 실전 능력과 자질을 소유한 훈련용 전투 기대와 확신을 표명하셨습니다.
For now, Kim Joo-ae remains largely silent, never speaking publicly, never interviewed, never addressed directly. But in a regime where silence is often louder than words, her presence alone speaks volumes. The world will be watching closely to see what North Korea does next. Because in a country where every image, every title, every moment is orchestrated, nothing is accidental. Only time will tell whether Kim Joo-ae truly becomes the next leader of North Korea. But her rise marks a new chapter in the Kim dynasty, one that challenges tradition while reinforcing the regime's deep-rooted commitment to family rule. As the world watches this quiet transformation unfold, one thing is clear. In North Korea, legacy is power, and the future may already be in motion.